and ladies varsity matchup between the Fairhaven Slaters and the Proctor Phantoms. First, the starting lineup for the Slaters. Number 12, senior captain Shaky. Number 13, senior captain Proctor. Number 20, sophomore Varsity. Number 22, sophomore Shaky. Number 25, senior captain Varsity. The Slaters are coached by Kyle Wilson, assisted by Leo Hutchins, Jay Wilson, and Henry Taylor. Number 13, senior captain Abby McCarran. Number 20, senior captain Olivia Valerio. Number 23, junior Alexis Bride. And number 24, junior Emma Riker.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody back to the Varsity Gym, this on the 8th day of December 2015, where the Proctor Lady Phantoms are going to be doing battle against the Fairhaven Slaters. I'm here with my sometimes sidekick, Wade Mitchell. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Always good for the home opener of the Lady Phantoms, coming off 4 consecutive appearances in the state finals, won 3 in a row and then lost a close game last year to MSJ. Starting lineups today for the Phantoms: Sierra Thornton, Abby McCarran, Olivia Valerio, Alexis Bride, and Emma Reichert. Proctor in the home white, going left to right, and Abby McCarran handling the point.
Fairhaven's man-to-man to start the game.
The Slaters started Kelsey Bean, Nicole McCardle, Adriana Dalton, Hallie Colludi, and Alexis Kenville. Proctor gets the ball inside and unable to convert on a relatively close shot. Turnover by the Slaters. Ball's over to the Phantoms. Slaters are picking up full court. Abby McCarran bringing the ball up. Despite her height there, the Phantoms seem to be using Olivia Valerio outside on the wing, playing a 2 or a 3. Good ball movement inside and out. I'd like to see a little bit more people movement. Foul is on Kaludi, her first. That's the first foul of the game.
It's going to be a long night for Miss Kaludi. She's going to have her hands full with Abby.
Getting the ball inside again. This time it's Alexis Bride with the miss, and down come the Slaters. Olivia Valerio bringing the ball up. Pass over to Abby with a high screen. Missed Olivia on the roll and turned the ball over with a travel.
Abby was bumped off the dribble that time, caused the travel.
It's one of the things you can do with her, and we saw this in the state championship game. When people get a little physical, she's somewhat slight and you can get her moving. Slaters with another turnover. I'm not sure if the Slaters have a shot yet.
It's one of the smallest starting teams I've ever seen Fairhaven put on the floor. The 3 girls are real short. 4 girls.
Proctor with the turnover on the pass inside. Lexi Bride with the rebound. And Emma Reichert with the miss and the putback on the offensive boards. That's where she can do a lot of damage. She plays 5 feet from the hoop. She'll score 10 points a game. Olivia Valerio with the intercept and bringing the ball up. High screen. Travel by Lexi Bride, and we have a couple of substitutions for the Slaters.
Some early game jitters here for both teams.
Coming in, Paige, number 15, Paige Manley. Sierra Thornton with the rebound.
Fairhaven still in that man-to-man. Nice rebound.
Olivia Valerio with the rebound and the putback. And we have blocked by Olivia Valerio, and out comes Abby McCarron with the deflection. Got to bounce past those into the post.
Proctor's definitely trying to go inside to Emma. Proctor's pitching a shutout as we speak right now. The quarter half gone.
Proctor definitely trying to get the ball inside. In for the Phantoms, Isabel Valerio and Meredith Parker. Nice pass.
Right,
good, well executed play. Patience and timing with that play allowed everybody to clear the middle. Rebound to Olivia. Foul on Isabel Valerio, number 11.
There's that hand check rule that we've heard so much about already, especially in the college.
Well, it was interesting last night. They seemed to call the hand check for the first half, and then you could punch them in the face in the second half, and nothing would happen.
Yep. There's a man-to-man play on the out of bounds that quite often that'll happen, get an easy layup.
Well, you know, all you got to do is switch on the screens and clog the middle. It's not that hard to deal with, but some of these younger teams. Isabel Valerio for 3, not quite.
Off the rim.
And Emma Reichert draws the charge. Way to hang in there.
That was on Quinneville there.
Hey, it's not me who puts you in the game. You might want to play this. Lexi Bride coming over looking to check into the game.
That guy is out of the game. He's not sure what happened.
Well, I think she just drew that charge and probably went down pretty hard. I don't know if she got a knee while she was going in, but Abby McKieran on the outside, looking for that jump shot. She hit a number of them against Otter Valley in the first half particularly. Olivia Valerio out top, looking for that 3. Ball off the Slaters, out of bounds to the Phantoms. Slaters making a couple more substitutions. Canenville in. Quinneville. Timeout. That was a nice trap in the corner. I think they called the 32nd.
Looking around the gym here, I noticed a few West Rutland girls are here. It's a good night to scout.
Yeah, saw that West Rutland took a 9-point win over Otter Valley the other night. As Proctor, I believe, had a 14-point win.
14, yeah.
Yeah, a couple nights before. So in for the Phantoms now, Abby McCarran, Olivia Valerio, Alexis Bride, Meredith Parker, and Isabel Valerio. That's number 13, Nicole McCardle with the 3. Foul on the outside before the shot.
I believe I was on 25.
That again is...
That's Quinneville.
Yep, Quinneville.
2 on her.
And here comes Emma Reichert back in for Meredith Parker.
Quinneville is definitely the best player on the floor for Fairhaven. She's a 4-year starter.
Tie up on the floor. They don't let you scrum for it as much as they used to. Don't want to get injuries.
Coach Wilson definitely was looking for the travel there. I guess the ref didn't see him. No.
Foul on Emma Reichert.
1:12 left in the first quarter. The Phantoms are up by 1, 6-5.
It's the kind of game we've seen the last couple of years between these two teams. Everything coming down to the wire. Nobody getting more than a couple-point lead either way.
The Phantoms have had pretty good luck here against them at the Bajornic Gym. Over at Fairhaven, it's a different story.
All of the games ended up pretty close, and I think that's why they keep getting themselves on the schedule every year. Of course, Proctor being a power in Division III for Division IV for a number of years, and Fairhaven in Division II has gone to the state championship a couple of times in the last 5 years.
I had the privilege of talking with Coach Wilson a year ago about that, and he says as long as he's coaching, they'll always have Proctor on the schedule.
Coach Hughes for the Phantoms looking to enforce that hand check rule. Of course, it was the outside official. I don't think he had the best angle for it. Olivia Valeria with the miss, and up come the Slaters. Turn the ball over again.
Slaters have done a nice job on Abby. She hasn't had a good look yet. I got a feeling that's about to change, though. Walk. Got away with one.
Ball was tied up, and Phantoms get the possession.
Phantoms had it surrounded with 3 girls.
Olivia Valeria with the miss. Abby with the steal.
Here we go.
And the finish. Puts Proctor up by 1 at the end of the quarter. Long shot a little bit late and a little bit short. And Proctor maintains an 8-7 lead. Fouls almost even. 3 team fouls for the Phantoms. 4 team fouls for the Slaters.
First quarter, both teams played or felt each other out, and you're going to see some good basketball coming up here in the second.
Proctor, unlike past years, doesn't really go more than 6 or 7 deep, and that's probably the Achilles heel. The first game, I actually believe, if I'm remembering, actually Olivia Valeria was the only one who did. She played the entire game. Abby came out for about 1 minute when she had a little bit of foul trouble at the end of the half. They didn't want her to pick up a third, but pretty much what you'll see is Abby McCarron and Olivia Valerio playing the entire game. Others getting some brief rest. Isabel Valerio gets a fair amount of time.
I think you're going to see before this game is over that you're going to see Olivia down on low post. So that, to me, looks like that place, that low post area is wide open. She's the tallest girl on the floor.
Well, and she definitely has those inside skills. I know Chris Hughes is looking to use her outside because she can hit that shot, and that's a three-pointer. And number 21, Olivia Bowen. That's what she's known for. And Olivia going to the hoop. picking up the foul, going to the line.
On 12, number 12.
That was on Kelsey Bean for the Slaters. Olivia drains them both. Score is knotted up at 10. 7:41 left in the second quarter. Proctor now in a man-to-man. Ball off the Slaters. Olivia Valerio takes the ball out. Slaters they're not really pressing, they're just trying to speed up the game some.
Hit it.
Olivia Valerio with a rebound off the Alexis Bride miss, and then she takes it out for three. In and out, off Fairhaven to the Slaters. Olivia Valerio takes hard to the hoop for two and looks to get the old-fashioned three-point play. Back in...
nice drive and putting the ball in the hole.
Back when I was playing, there was no three-point line, so that's the only way you could get three.
That's right. In my coaching days, never had the three either.
Olivia drains the free throw. Proctor now up by 3. 6:47 left in the second quarter. Sierra Thornton with a nice hedge on that screen.
This is really the time for the Phantoms to make hay with Quinneville on the bench with 2 fouls.
Lexi Bride with the foul. That's her second. She's had some trouble with foul trouble over the years, and it was one of the things we always had to worry about coaching her in AAU. She tends to reach a little bit. In comes Meredith Parker.
Girl coach.
Got to step over and stop that layup down the middle.
Emma Reichert draws her second foul.
21.
Apparently Proctor now in the 1-and-1.
With 6 minutes to go in the half, that's early.
Emma Reichert's a pretty good free throw shooter. She's a nice touch from there. Good release. Of course, that was the kiss of death.
I was just going to say that.
Meredith Parker plays inside, and she's a good rebounder, but she does not have the size to deal with Serena Plank for the Slaters. Probably has a good 8 inches on her.
Yeah, Plank's 5'11".
Got to go over for that ball with two hands. You see a lot of swiping with one up there, and I know at this point you can't catch it with one hand.
Ooh, shut off the baseline that time when they out of bounds.
Olivia Valerio with the steal.
Good switch from Emma underneath. Nice
Olivia
block.
Valerio with the block. You don't usually see blocks at this level with the ball a foot out of somebody's hand, but that was a heck of a block.
Yep. Get in there.
Got to close out and to travel. Isabel Valerio in, Meredith Parker out. Timeout.
13-12 with 5:04 to go. The Phantoms are up front.
It's about the same, about the game that you might expect.
Exactly what I expected.
I think I see things a little bit different. You know, you'd like to probably see Olivia Valerio down on the post a little bit more, but she's had some luck going to the hoop strong, and that's probably why they have her at the 2 or 3, whatever they're playing her at
I'm
this
not
point.
sure just how long that's going to last, but I know where I would have her. Looking around, there's a good crowd here tonight for the opener.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing last night for the defending state champion boys here. The place was half as filled as it is tonight.
I think it's probably like my case. I didn't know about the game.
The
I would have been there.
Leland and Gray probably had a bit of a hike to come. If you're a parent, that might be a little bit tough.
Phantoms got to get Abby in the flow here.
Well, she's got to, at some point, go left so that people will respect that side of the floor with her. Olivia Valerio over to her sister Isabel. Phantom showing some patience. Nice bounce pass inside out. Isabel with the shot. That's her shot for 3.
Makes a smile come to Dad's face.
That'll,
4-point lead for
you hit a
Phantoms.
couple of those, that'll create some space for those inside players,
Absolutely.
and they won't be doubling down on you and causing such a mess in there.
That's why Abby's got to hit a couple from outside, and that'll really help out. 16-12. The Phantoms are up with 4:11 to go in the second quarter.
No roll off that pick. Paludi from the top of the key with the miss, and they have a jump ball with possession over to the Slaters. Olivia Valerio with the rebound. Outlet to Isabel Valerio, sister to sister. Abby out
Now I
front.
noticed that Proctor, big girl down underneath. Now Olivia, now she comes out. Boom.
Abby with the jump shot. I believe that was a 2.
That was the 2.
And Proctor extends its lead to 6. And 3:07 left
18-12 with 3:07 to go.
This has been overall a little bit of jitters early on with some turnovers, but it's been a pretty well played game since probably the first half of the first quarter.
I expected this type of game, especially early in the year. You're going to have it.
Both of the teams are working on the defense.
Both teams have a lot of players that didn't play much a year ago, so until they get settled in, you're going to see that type of game.
And the only starting seniors for the Phantoms are Olivia Valerio and Abby McCarran. So, of course, they've been around a long time at this point.
Seems like forever. I'm sure
Because
that
both of them had made varsity as freshmen and have been with the program through all those years. So, and then watching them over the years, there's really no surprises to either of them what they're doing.
we're talking with Carl Sereni at the Otter Valley Proctor game, and he was telling me that he told Abby one day that he thinks she's the greatest person in the world except when she's playing against him. So then I hate her.
I think he's used that line a few times.
Yeah.
It's that extra time you take inside. You really got to be able to feel what's behind you and then kick the ball out. Excellent defense that time by Fairhaven. Good closeout by Olivia that time, and ball turns over on the air ball to Lady Phantoms. Proctor moving the ball around the outside. Nice entry pass that time.
Yeah.
Emma Riker couldn't quite finish that.
They're really collapsing on her down underneath, so she's got to have a spin move left or right.
Oh, sorry. Got to calm down. She's not used to it.
Yeah.
Checking into the game is Erica May. Wasn't quite sure. A lot of people here at the table wasn't quite sure who to talk to, but I guarantee you this: I wasn't the one to talk to.
19-12. We're in the danger zone here for Fairhaven. They've got to make something happen here pretty soon.
Good closeout again. Running
in.
them off the three-point line. Causes the travel. You got to be patient if you're on offense with that ball. Just let them come at you and then make your move. So now on the floor for the Phantoms, Abby McCarran, Erica May, Olivia Valerio.
Ooh.
Paludi ties up Reichert.
Emma's got to keep that ball up. She brings it down to her waist, and
yeah, you gotta. If you're big, you gotta chin that ball and make sure that there's a price to pay if someone goes after it.
This is a big possession right now for the Phantoms.
Emma Reichert getting a little angry and expressing it in a way that isn't useful She does have a tendency to get a little hot-headed, and that doesn't help when that happens.
Very close to the tee there. Can't throw that elbow.
That's when you got to have a captain go over and say, look, calm down.
Yep.
Everything's fine. We got 2.5 quarters to play. Don't worry about it.
Quinterville, they're bringing her in on strictly offensive plays.
Ball settled. That was smart right there. Keep that possession. 43 seconds left. Plenty of time.
Yeah, give it to...
There was a nice shot passed up that time. Abby does have that propensity to take the left hand and extend it when she's on her drive, and she was caught on it that time.
Big bucket for Fairhaven.
This 11 seconds. This 8, 7, 6 seconds. That's when you want to get the ball in the hands of Abby McKieran or Olivia and get that ball to the hoop. You can't be giving the ball up under those circumstances. Nevertheless, excellent first half.
Well, I was going to try to get Coach Wilson on, but he's obviously in no mood to talk.
Well, Proctor with the lead, 19-14 at halftime. The foul situation pretty even. Only one with a couple is the Quinterville girl, and Alexis Bride also has 2. I don't think anybody else does, and so we ought to be in for a good second half.
Looks that way.
All right, we'll be back. Okay, I just want to review the scoring for the first half. For the Slaters, Serena Plank with 2, Nicole McCardle with 5, Adriana Dalto with 2, and Haley Colludi with 2. For the Lady Phantoms, Meredith Parker with 2, Isabel Valeria with 3, Abby McKieran with 4, Olivia Valeria with 7, and Emma Reichert with 3.
Proctor had 5 girls that scored in that first half, which is good.
Definitely good when you score 5 and you only play 6 or 7. I don't know exactly what happened. Perhaps the Slater girl was out of bounds and the ball got hit off of her.
5-second call. Proctor couldn't inbound the ball.
It's not really a very hard press either. I'm a little surprised. Lexi Bride getting caught up there a little bit on the screen, a couple of steps behind. One of the things I noticed is that Phantoms seem to be so right side dominant.
Yep.
And they've got to work the left side of the floor some.
Boy.
A little bit of collision there, no call. Nice high screen. Abby's able to slip through, split 2 defenders, and pick up the foul and get to the line.
What was that on? 12? What's that on her?
It's her second, I believe. That's Kelsey Bean. Ball rolls off and Abby sets up for the second.
All right. I see Abby miss 2 in a row very often.
Nope.
They definitely, Fairhaven definitely attacking the hoop.
Lexi Bride does have a propensity to pick up fouls.
Don't tell me, tell them.
In for Lexi Bride is Isabel Valerio.
Well, we're back to a 2-point game now.
Kelsey Bean hits the second of 2. Very difficult when you are only running everything to one side of the floor. They're almost not even covering the left side of the floor. The defense is sinking right to the center of the paint and makes it a lot harder on your offense.
Definitely have to move the ball around.
Sometimes you just have to swing that ball side to side. To get the defense moving. It's not the first pass that you're looking for, it's the second or third pass.
Abby forced that one. It was stuffed right back at her. The walk.
Pressure on the ball. Deflects out and Slater's retained possession. Ludi out top. Rebound by Isabel Valerio. And Proctor's off and running with a 3-on-2. And score. Good pass from Abby. Good finish from Emma Reichert.
Good transition basket right there.
Well, you got to play defense on the other end.
Yep.
That was a little bit too easy right there. Foul on Olivia Valerio. Coach Hughes calling a timeout. Want to see, I think, if they can figure out how to get a little better effort getting the ball in bounds.
I think what Proctor's got to do is send 1 or 2 girls deep, and that'll. Right now we're clogging up the middle.
Well, the other thing is that what they were doing in the first half is they had Olivia out playing a 2 or a 3, and she's a big target to get the ball into, and once she got it, she could turn and take it the length. But right now she's taking the ball inbounds because Lexi Bride is out with the 3 fouls. And it's funny how a little shift in personnel like that can change the game significantly. Outlet to Abby McCarron.
Need a hoop right here. The intentions were there, but
Well, he called the travel. Sometimes you wonder, with the hopping around that you see, that what is a travel and what isn't. I guess every ref has their own idea about it.
oh yes.
Another air ball, and I have to say, some of the shooting's been a little ugly.
I'll let any of them shoot except for Quinneville. You can't leave her alone.
Abby McKieran on the outside again goes right. Boy, do they have that swallowed up, though. You got to work the other side of the floor. That foul was on Isabel Valerio, her second.
High ball game.
Into the game, number 13, Nicole McCardle.
21-21 with 4:39 to go.
Proctor's got to get some good shots.
Proctor hasn't had a good shot this quarter.
Isabel Valerio for three. Maybe wanted to pass that ball around a little bit and get a better shot. She was open, but maybe not what you want under those circumstances. That foul was on Proctor number 13, Abby McKieran. It's her second. Blocked by Isabel. Good help down.
Yes. Oh.
Double high screen.
That's 3 on Quinneville.
Well, that's the tough thing. Livia gets in the post and spreads out, and it's very difficult to get around without committing a foul. It was a good bounce pass by Sierra Thornton.
Yep.
Sierra does all of those things that you really want a kid to do on the basketball floor, but boy, she just doesn't score. But she'll do everything else. She passes the ball. She plays great defense. She rebounds like someone twice her size, but. Travel on the Slaters, and Slater coaches are starting to get a little bit incensed. Screen away. Abby Post comes to the ball. Turnover, a little confusion about finishing the cut. Didn't know which way she was going.
Nobody got her.
And that was, can't see her number.
Emma. It's on Emma.
It's Emma Reichert's third foul. Can't tell who's at the line. That's number 12, Kelsey Bean, with the finishing off the three-point play.
Coach Heels must have heard what I said about breaking the press. Took the two girls down. Proctor needs a hoop right here. They're not having a very good quarter.
Well, the Slaters have definitely turned up the heat on defense, and they got to, to be perfectly frank, and I've said it too many times already, but they got to get to the left side of the floor. When the team only has to defend one side of the floor, they don't have to work. They work half as hard and get twice as much out of it.
Emma's got to get her act together, and she's complaining on the last two fouls called against her, and her mind's not on playing the game.
Well, I like to coach. I like to quote Carl Serrani when he talks about those kinds of situations. That's when you got to start thinking about team instead of me.
Right.
And this isn't about, are they being mean to me? It's about, what can I do to help the team?
Got to have a hoop right here.
A lot of different lineups in here right now. I mean,
they definitely plugged that middle up. Almost like a 2-3.
that ball was deflected. Oh, missed that, I guess. Ball over to the Slaters. Still only a 3-point game. You'd think the tide had switched completely, but
no.
In this game, you're still one shot away. That foul is on Sierra Thornton.
Yep.
That's her first. Nice backdoor, good pass by Isabel, good finish.
Outstanding pass.
Way to get over the top of that screen. Oh. Second foul on Sierra Thornton.
Minute and 3 to go. 24-23 Fairhaven.
Plentyville misses the first. Hits the second.
Proctor's got to get the ball in a lot quicker. Can't give Fairhaven a chance to set that press up. Nice move.
Olivia with the left hand. Score is now tied. They're taking Cunninville out. Doesn't want to have her pick up. I don't want to pick up that foul with 19 seconds left. Worst that's going to happen, they'll end up tied or down by one.
.25, Fairhaven after 3.
Looking forward to a good fourth quarter. Proctor picked up a lot of fouls in that third quarter. They're going to be Slaters are going to be in the bonus for the rest of the game.
Fairhaven outscored Proctor 13-6 that quarter. They picked up their intensity, and it really showed.
Biggest issue was the turnovers in the backcourt, particularly in the first probably 2/3 of that quarter. They seemed to figure it out a little bit in the last third, but that was definitely a problem.
Proctor's taking too long getting the ball back in. Get the ball and whoever's taking it out, run out with it, get it right back in. Before Fairhaven has a chance to set that press up.
You know, I would honestly, I would use Sierra Thornton to take the ball in from out of bounds, because she's not going to do you much good on the other end of the floor scoring the ball. But she's been around for a while and she's played a lot of basketball. She knows what's going on, and that would free up some of your other ball handlers to, get the ball up the floor.
Should be a barn burner down in the last quarter.
Foul on the floor was on number 12, Kelsey Bean. That's her third foul. In for Kelsey Bean, Serena Plank. Olivia Valerio for 3. Off the mark. Good rebound by Abby on the weak side. Oh, that's a biggie right there.
How many is that on her? 22.
Believe. Was that who'd they call it on? I thought, 25. That's Cunninville's fourth foul. I can't say her name if you paid me.
Close enough.
Lexi Bride with the hoop for 2. Game's tied up with 7 minutes left. Olivia Valerio for three. That's a big hoop. Proctor goes up by 3 with 6.5 minutes left.
(30-27) the Phantoms. 6:29 to go. Now that last foul, I'm not sure.
That was on Alexis.
22?
No. It was on Alexis Alexis Q, the girl with the Q. Because I don't know how to. Yeah, whatever, like you say.
Good Irish name.
And and that's her fourth. Team fouls are starting to even up a little bit. The Slaters haven't been able to take advantage of the fact they've been in the bonus for quite some time at this point. And
what do you got in front of you?
now,
4 fouls?
Now they've crept up to have 5 team fouls. Pretty soon that'll even up, you'd think.
Who's got her?
Well, that's Lexi, and you can't, that's just tough for Lexi to move her feet on the outside like that. Proctor in the man-to-man. That's Emma Reichert's 4th foul.
Boy.
She just doesn't seem to be focused at this point.
I've never seen it before.
More worried about the refs and that kind of thing.
Got to change that.
Number 15 at the wide, Paige Manley hits her first. And the second. Abby this time working a little to the left. It's Lexi's foul. Well, there's a double foul, so Proctor maintains the possession.
Yep, it's still maintained.
Lexi Bride has picked up her 4th foul. They got to understand that they got to keep their heads about them. They're more of the upperclassmen.
Yeah. Good hustle for
everybody on the floor there.
You'd like to see that.
That looked like an onside kick for a second there. Ball tied up. Sierra Thornton involved in the mix, and this time the possession goes over to the Slaters. All we got to do is switch on those screens. pressure by Abby McCarron and trapped Livia and Abby trapped down there in the corner and
They forced her into the corner and
turned the ball over.
the ball.
Boy, everybody's going to the floor. That's the way this game's going to be played the rest of the way. I think we ought to get the helmets out.
Yep.
These games usually come down to who hits their free throws and their layups. The defense, everybody's playing it.
15.
Now both teams are in the bonus. 7 fouls on the Slaters and 9 on the Phantoms. The next foul for the Phantoms puts them in the double, or puts the Slaters in the double bonus. That's what we're used to seeing from Abby, hitting those free throws.
Come on, box out.
A 3-point Phantom lead. 4:44 to go.
Good defense by the Phantoms, good ball pressure. Steal by Livia off her sister Isabel.
Big steal. Bucket here is big.
This is where you got to look to your scorers. You got to look for Abby. You got to look for Olivia. Oh, that was a tough call.
It was.
She was getting the crap slapped out of her that time. But I don't know who I don't know who Lexi has, but I don't know if she knows either. Hopefully she finds out. And there she goes to the floor. There's Isabel.
She's definitely showed tonight that she deserves a lot of playing time.
Well, she did play quite a lot in the first game, and but she's a scrapper, that's for sure. That's where you want to see Abby on the wing there. Somebody's got to get down in the post over there. Abby gets to the rim that time.
Down the middle.
Eventually, your feet just start being a little slower, and you can't keep up with her. And one thing you know about Abby is she is not going to get tired.
Oh no.
That's foul on number 12. That's Kelsey Jean. That's her fourth.
Again, somebody's got to go deep here.
Abby turned that ball over, but you know that's where you really I hate to say it, you got to use the left side of the floor. They're standing on her right hand and they're doubling from the top. And foul on the rebounding action. I think that on that last play down there, what they're bringing up is that Proctor was in the 1-and-1 and they didn't give him the shots. and they should have.
One thing right now, the Proctor's got it. When they got the ball,
figured it out this time.
They got to use the clock. They got the 5-point lead, 2:40 to go. Don't force. Shoot the good shot.
Isabel Valeria with the first of two, or first of the 1-and-1. That's always the big one. Takes
yeah. Oh.
Misses the second.
Two shots.
That's Sierra's third.
These are big free throws for Fairhaven.
As we said, who hits your free throws, who hits your layups. They're in the double bonus, so they'll be shooting 2 from here on out. Next foul on the Slaters will be the same thing.
Big rebound.
Got to
use the clock here. Have no.
Abby McCarron for 3.
What?
That wasn't.
Didn't need that shot at all.
Did not need that shot.
No.
Make them come to you when you're up 6. Make them foul you. Make them get that ball. You don't need to steal the ball. You just need to contain and make them take time off the clock.
It's a good time for a timeout right here. Got to set up what we're going to do.
I don't know what was going on there. They got bailed out by a kick.
Yep. Proctor does call the timeout.
I think the sisters were trying to share the ball with each other a little too much. But got bailed out by the kickball, and Proctor maintains possession. Now with 1:44 on the clock and a 6-point lead, a couple of years ago, I would have just put this one in the book.
Yep.
No. With those teams with with your with your granddaughter Jordan and Abby and Alyssa running, you had 3 excellent guards, Alyssa Valeria, and now you got to depend on the people who were on the bench during those teams, and hope that they watched and learned, and know that frankly they don't really even need to score. They just need to move the ball.
What do we got right now? Fairhaven's
hit
got
the foul
the foul.
shots. Yep.
Fairhaven needs the ball. So I'm sure that Coach Hills is talking that right now. We got the ball. They want it. They've got the foul.
The hard part is
the next shot would be a 2 shot for the Phantoms. So they got everything going for them right now.
The toughest part of these games, when it comes right down to it, is getting the ball in bounds. And hopefully they've practiced enough different methods to make that happen. This is Abby's gonna, boy.
2 really bad shots that Abby's taken. And I'm sure that Coach Hills is going to talk to her about it.
Boy, they just do not need those shots. Just dribble out the clock. Get the ball in, make them foul you.
Double it! Recover!
Fairhaven has got the foul.
Get up!
Got the foul. There's a hand check. There's a 2-shot foul.
Yeah, and that's what.
An outstanding shooter at the line.
And that's all you need to do is to make sure that you keep the ball, make them come get it, and get to the line. That was a much better possession.
Much better. Much 36-29. The Phantoms are ahead with 1:19 on the clock.
Both teams in the double bonus. Coach Hughes should be slapping the Phantoms if they end up fouling in any of these circumstances. Up 7 with
37-29. Biggest lead of the game. She's the one girl that you can't let shoot. She's a game breaker.
By the same, yeah, you really just want to run her off that three-point line.
5-point lead with a 1:02 to go.
30.
I'm not sure, but I don't know if there was another double foul or what. Did I'm going to check with the scorer. Did Lexi Bride foul out of the game? No. Okay. What he's doing is going with a little bit smaller lineup for better ball handling. That was a huge shot right there, because you were about to put the nail in it. Right, you know, if that possession didn't result in a score.
Right now, there's still a lot of time left. 1 minute and 2 seconds. That's a lot of basketball to be played. Now you take that 3 away. Proctor ball. It's an altogether different ball game.
And this is where the size and the speed and quickness of
I like what I'm seeing right now with Proctor's extended the court with the 2 girls. All right. Proctor having all kinds of trouble getting the ball in.
that has been their problem for most of the game. I think you got to bring back one of the 2 who are deep.
Got to get the ball in Abby's hands somehow. Don't go to the hoop. Okay. 37-34 with 40 seconds to go. Abby at the line with 2 free throws.
Well, you think any of the coaches watching the games, this game in the stands, are learning anything from it?
I'm sure they have their book right with them. They'll probably be in the Herald Herald tomorrow. Press, Proctor. 2 big free throws by Abby. 5-point lead.
39 seconds left, and Fairhaven advances the ball with the pass.
Tremendous hustle by 13 from Fairhaven. Ran all the way across the court and got that ball.
Yeah, Nicole McCardle's been putting it out there all game.
Get on there. Seventeen seconds to go.
They're going to make this interesting right to the very end. Ball's getting tied up, and Coach Wilson's going to see if he can draw up a 5-point play. Hey, after what I saw in the Division IV boys championship game last year, a game is never over until it's absolutely, completely, and totally over. And this is way too close for comfort.
The crowd has seen a nice game, an exciting game, but sure a lot of turnovers.
I think at this point the status of the defenses of both of the teams are a little bit ahead of where their offense is. The offenses are not smooth, frankly, on either side. and sort of depending upon the scorers or the stars of each team to carry them. As the season goes on, they'll start to become a little bit more cohesive, and you'll see more people shouldering some of that scoring burden. Nevertheless, Slaters with an inbounds pass. And the ball comes off to Abby.
I think you can put this one in the books.
Well,
this is
she should hit them. If she hits them, then actually hits 1 out of 2. That makes it a 2-possession game, and it has to be 2 3-pointers, and that's awful tough with 12 seconds.
Ooh.
Proctor should get up and put a little bit of pressure on the ball.
Yep, I agree.
Take some time off, make it more difficult for the Slaters to get the ball up the floor. Now stay away, just slow. Somebody got to stop the ball. A rebound by Olivia, that should do it. And Proctor pulls off what I think might be considered an upset, 39-34.
This is a big win for Proctor against now back-to-back Division II schools, Out of Valley and Fairhaven.
Well, I'm sure that
big win for this young Proctor team.
I think Proctor's going to have an opportunity to see the Slaters again in a couple of weeks.
I am sure.
And I know how this goes when they play them over at their place.
Yep.
Once the official scorer gets the book done, I'll run down the scoring.
It's been easy calling this game from here. Well, it's a little different out there when the 12 seconds left and they're trying to make a free throw.
Well, it's kind of interesting how year after year Proctor figures out a way to plug in players with graduations and departures and the like, and they always seem to somehow create a very creditable team in at least the last 5 or 6 years.
I used to tell people that when they would question me, how does Proctor keep winning? I said, because they know how to win. It's been drummed with their family from the first grade on.
Well, let's run down the final score. Proctor 39, Slaters 34. Number 11, Plank for the Slaters had 4. Bean had 8. McCardle had 7. Manley had 2. Dalto had 4. Olivia Bowen had 3. Kaludi had 2. And Canenville, who I can't say the name, had 4. And that's actually Quinneville. Big defensive effort to keep her off the board. For the Phantoms, Meredith Parker had 2. Isabel Valerio had 4. Abby McKieran had 12. Olivia Valerio had 14. Lexi Bride had 2. And Emma Reichert had 5. And nobody fouled out.
Incredible.
As close as it came.
How many? We had 4 people and 4 fouls?
They had 4 people with 4 fouls. So I guess Coach Hughes did a pretty good job of at least keeping his players available.
Yep.
Nevertheless, that I think will do it from here. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Nice working with you again.